Hi, this week I continued my watching of the Bruce Lee oeuvre with The Way of the Dragon, his 1973 action film, in which he plays a young man who is summoned from his home in Hong Kong to Italy, to Rome, having been sent by his older friend to assist his niece, whose Chinese restaurant is being menaced by local hoodlums who are definitely not the mafia. So he starts training the staff there in the ways of his martial arts, and a series of action sequences ensue. I enjoyed this more than The Big Boss or Fist of Fury. I think in part because of the change in tone. Particularly early in the film, it's much lighter and much more comic. Lee is writing and directing for the first time, and he seems determined to show much more variation in style to previous films. So he's quite happy to make jokes at his character's expense. We first see him at the airport waiting to be collected. He's hungry, so he goes to a nearby cafe, but can't read the menu. So, hoping that he's ordering eggs, points to several things, and winds up being served 4 bowls of soup, which he then has to eat in its entirety, and leading to a running joke over the next half hour that he constantly has to go to the toilet. Once the action starts, the character is taken a little more seriously, and there are some superb fight sequences during the film, particularly the climax opposite an American brought in to finally take him down and played by Chuck Norris, with the sequence playing out inside the Colosseum itself. It's not a tremendously complex film, and it has, like the previous films, a darker and more serious ending, although it's not as grim as the previous 2 films, which end with his character either being arrested or dead. This time it's that he is moving on and will walk the earth almost in the style of Kane, his character in Kung Fu, a series rather, that Lee had a hand in developing. I enjoyed this more than the previous films, although it doesn't have the intensity of Fist of Fury. But it was quite stylish, quite impressive, entertainingly put together. It had a certain unusual element to its setting in Italy, and seeing Lee's character completely out of his element, and as I say, more willing to engage in comic material and broadening his character. He's still an incredibly magnetic, interesting screen presence. But I enjoyed this quite a lot. It's maybe not the best film of its year, but it's certainly in the top 10.